Around Kansas, brought to you by Santa Fe Trail Meats in Overbrook, or visit us online at sftmeats.com.
Today on Around Kansas, Frank is going to take you to McPherson. And Frank, in all your travels in McPherson, did you find out who he was named for?
No.
Civil War General, McPherson. And when I moved to Kansas at about 20-odd years ago, and I met people from the town of McPherson, they corrected visitors, there's no fear in McPherson. And so people who would come in and pronounce it McPherson would quickly be corrected, and I just love that saying. So they've got this gorgeous equestrian statue of McPherson, of General McPherson, there on the courthouse lawn in the downtown area.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. What a beautiful town that is.
Well, and the restoration of their opera house is rather spectacular as well, which we're going to talk about, of course. So anyway, some other places around the state, I've kind of been dwelling on opera houses, but there are a bunch of wineries now in the state of Kansas. At one time, before Prohibition, Kansas was the #4 producer of wine in the nation.
Now you're talking my language.
Yeah, and now it's beginning to come back. And we've done some stories, but we're going to continue to do some stories about some of the wineries around the state as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm going to have to horn in on that one. I want to visit the wineries too.
Yes.
In the meantime, we're going to take you to McPherson.
And as you know, we're taking a tour around Kansas of the opera houses, and today we're going to visit one of the more spectacular ones, the McPherson Opera House. It first opened in January of 1889. It had 2 balconies and seated 900. Now, the second balcony had no fixed seating, so patrons had to sit on the risers. It was redecorated in 1913, and murals were added by renowned Kansas artist and writer G.N. Malm. The McPherson Opera House was once described as one of the best examples of opera house architecture in Kansas. It is truly beautiful. In its early days, many touring companies, vaudeville performers, and even William Jennings Bryan appeared there. It now is on the Register of Historic Places, and it was saved from destruction in 1996, and the restoration of the exterior and auditorium are now complete. Now, the move to save the Opera House began in 1986, but against what seemed like insurmountable odds, well, it got saved. It was an $8.5 million project, with the funding coming from individual donors, foundations, government and private grants, and state and federal rehabilitation tax credits. And McPherson voted for a half-cent special use sales tax. Well, the Opera House gets rave reviews today from performers for the acoustics and intimacy of the 600-seat main auditorium. The Opera House is available for rent for many events. The McPherson Opera House. Yep, another great place to visit around Kansas.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.